Hello all, welcome back to my channel MaddyAjuu. Madhuri. In today's video, I'm going to show you a Buddha painting with a little bit of texture and how to create a texture with the home available items. Okay, for drawing Buddha, it's not easy if you are a beginner. So here is a printout of the Buddha which I wanted. So what I will be doing is I will be showing a easy method to draw the Buddha if you don't have any expertise in drawing as well. So for that, what I'll be doing is I'll be taking the printout, and on the reverse side I'm gonna scribble it with a pencil. So I have used this technique in my videos earlier, but here is how it looks like. Wherever you find the lines, I'm gonna scribble on it, and once it's done, I'm gonna put the printout back to the original facing and draw on the top of it. So what happens is the carbon we have done in the back side acts as a carbon paper for us, which gives the lining or the lines of what we are looking for. So instead of scribbling, we can use a carbon paper. So you can see the lines, right? Using those lines, we can make them darker with a pencil. So which gives the outline of the Buddha which we want. So you can see I'm trying to draw on those lines. So the easiest way is try to use a carbon paper if available. This is the easiest and everything we can find at home method. So I was able to mark the lines properly, and so I was able to get the outline of the Buddha as I needed. So for the texture, what I'm using is a grout. Yes, the grout we use for tiles. So that is the one I was using. So what I did was I mixed it with a little bit of water, and I added that into a Ziploc bag so it will be easy for me to pipe it out. Because the thing is, I'm not trying to add lot of texture as this is a very small canvas, right? So what I did was I just used this is called a texturing tool, but instead of that we can use our spoons, knives, or whatever you want. So what I did was I just spreaded that one and I tried to draw lines. You can use a ruler, or actually you can use a pencil or something like that also. All we are doing is evenly spreading it out and trying to draw lines in between, which gives that texture for us. So you can see the texture, right? So the grout takes almost 1 day to dry. So what I did was I did a black black lining of the Buddha using the acrylic paint. So this way what happens is the next step is covering up the grout color. So the grout is not white in color. So what we have to do, we have to cover that color up before we do any other painting on that. So once we do the white paint, if it is a painting is still with a pencil, right, we won't be able to see the outline of the Buddha. So it will be hard for us to do it later. So here I did 1 coat of white paint, which is enough. Next, I'll be starting the Buddha painting. So I'm trying to use a very light shade. So you can see that the watery texture of the acrylic paints, which is not like overpowering the painting, but I want to see the background out of it also. So it's like I'm just going to add the different paint in a very liquidy texture. I have chosen only 2 colors for this. One is blue, the other one is a green. So here is a green. So you can see I'm just sprinkling the water and trying to smudge the water around it. So you can do one thing, you can do 1 coat and then wait for it to dry, then do the next coat, because there is chance that the colors will be smudged, which you can see I did not wait for it to dry completely, the blue part. So you can see that the blue is getting mixed with the green completely. So this is one more technique which is very easy and which gives like a very rich kind of look to the painting. I'll be also sprinkling couple of drops of paint here and there to make that look more artistic. Yes, this is one more easy technique how we can do the painting. All we did was we took a printout, we printed the print using a easy technique, and then we are using the homemade available material to create the texture. It's a great way to learn painting as well as to teach your kids. So here's how it happened. So now that we did a black paint of the Buddha before, we are able to see the Buddha properly. What happens if we have done only the pencil ones? We might not be able to see the Buddha as we needed. So resulting in very lighter shade of Buddha, which will be very hard for us to complete the painting. So that is an extra step but very useful step we need. So here's how it turned out. I'm really in love with how it looks. So what I did was to add a little bit of punch to the painting, I'm gonna add a gold color, so which gives the gold texture as well. If you don't want to use the paint, you can use the gold foil. So what I'm doing is I'm just using a finger. I'm rubbing the my paint on my finger and rubbing on the top of the texture. So this way what happens is the texture is a little bit higher than the canvas, so the gold paint only sticks to the texture. That means the elevated portion of the texture, which gives a different kind of textured elevation look. So I'm gonna show you how it looks, but the easy technique is just use your finger or a cloth tightly around your finger and then rub it if you don't want to use your fingers. Okay, so you can see that how it looks. You can see I'm going to add on the texture. If you want, you can rub here and there to give that gold look. Here's how it looks. So the gold is really showing up. Next thing I'm gonna do is so the painting doesn't look glossy for me because the paints I have used are not glossy. So here is the gloss finish I'm doing. Oops, I took little bit more, but you can do little bit less in the first coat and then do the second coat if needed. But here's how much I had, so I am trying to spread it as much as possible. You observe that it will be drying up quickly, so you can go, so you can see the gloss texture, right? That's what we are looking for. I hope this is useful. Thank you so much for watching. Have a very great day.